Captain Scorblack sat up and looked towards the doorway, where her tertiary eye had spotted something moving. Stroking her jaw with a paw, she got up and looked through the opening, flexing her ears as she listened. Nodding to herself, a habit she had picked up while serving as an exchange officer aboard the Terran Espeteers, she trotted thoughtfully about the passageway in search of someone more knowledgeable than herself about the goings-on aboard the large assault carrier. Scorblack gently rapped her paw against a doorway, idly shifting her weight from one foot to the other, to the third and back again, as she impatiently waited for the imposing Terran to turn around. "Human friend Sergeant Josh, what is going on? And why?" Josh, standing more or less at attention, looked at Scorblack serenely for a second before he replied, "Why is what going on, Captain Scorblack?" Scorblack stepped through the doorway into the sergeant's mess, telling herself that it was so she would not block the passageway. She lowered her voice as she spoke again. "I mean, why is that cleaning bot decorated with a conure headpiece in what a human, I am forced to presume, would consider festive colours?" Josh tilted his head slightly, as he managed to look almost innocent. "What cleaning bot, ma'am?" "Damn it, Sergeant Josh!" Scorblack forced herself not to pull into a shell at her own swear, another habit she had picked up among Terrans. "Stabby is who I mean. Why was Stabby wearing a hat?" Josh's serene expression stayed almost innocent. "Stabby, ma'am? I don't know no Stabby aboard ship, ma'am." Almost rolling all her eyes, fighting the urge to stamp her paws, Scorblack looked up at the tall Terran with both her primary and secondary eyes. "You're going to make me say it, aren't you, Sergeant Josh?" Josh, if anything, managed to look even more almost innocent. "Ma'am?" "You're going to make me say the whole thing, aren't you?" Scorblack just looked at Josh. Josh simply stared back. Finally, Scorblack rubbed her pelt in minor irritation as she realized Josh would simply continue to be quiet until she said something. "Very well, Sergeant, if I must. Why is the Colonel-in-Chief, First Terran Space Lord, Supreme Flag Admiral of the Fleet, Sir Emperor Quartermaster Stabby, wearing a hat?" Josh's broad face split into what Scorblack had to remind herself as her muscles tightened and her body prepared to flee those big teeth. A friendly but enormous smile. "Ma'am, it is the Admiral's birthday, ma'am." Scorblack kept staring at Josh for several seconds as she slowly digested what he had just said. "You put a hat on Stabby because it is his hatching day." Josh smiled serenely at her. "Who, ma'am?" Scorblack closed her eyes for a second, inhaling before she tried again. "You put a hat on Colonel-in-Chief, First Terran Space Lord, Supreme Flag Admiral of the Fleet, Sir Emperor Quartermaster Stabby, because it is his hatching day." Josh relaxed slightly as he nodded. "Yes, ma'am." "I guess," she said at last, "that makes sense. To a human." Josh smiled again, relaxing visibly, as he pointed to something big, white, and wobbly on the mess table. "Yes, ma'am, it does make sense. Would you like a slice of his birthday cake, ma'am?"